step on?
A piece of plastic that had air inside of it. That was a way to start the stream.
Hey everyone, how goes it? It's Levi with Member Solutions. Today's the monthly giveaway. Chris is currently busy editing. Apparently, you guys all said that the stream was set for 6:01. We're pretty confident we set it for 6:30. Because I just barely got down here. You guys want to hear the chaos of the last couple hours that I've been dealing with? Yay or nay? While we're waiting on Chris. You can't have my pizza. This is my pizza. I've had a stressful day. I didn't want to cook. Sure? Yeah?
Come here. You're lazy.
Oh, chaos is fun? No, it wasn't.
It was not fun.
It was not fun. It was not fun in the slightest. The cat.
Hold on.
We have, without sharing too much details, my kiddo's at home, but he still has club. He's at home from school, but he has club. So we went to take him to his club. And before that, well before that, I needed to be up at like 8 in the morning so that I could, help him do his schoolwork and stuff like that. But chronic pain, no sleep, I kind of slept. So we didn't get to go out and do Instacart to earn a little bit of extra cash. Not a big deal. 2 o'clock rolls around. I'm finally awake. Line of thinking is in an hour, we got to go pick up my oldest and drop my kid off, drop off my youngest at his club. That's when the chaos started, and I should have seen it was going to be a crappy day. I should have known that when I couldn't wake up in the morning. But whatever. It's whatever. So, getting ready to go. I get the rope I need to rope off some of the stairway. I start doing that. It is a hassle. It's giving me trouble. The rope's too short. Things are kind of going crappy to start with. I get told, "Hey, are we gonna go?" And I was like, "Oh crap! I've already spent an hour just twisting this rope, and I barely gotten one rung done. This is nuts. What the heck?" We get in the car. We go pick up the oldest, go to drop off Tobias, and there's no parking. And so we had to go a little bit further away. And there's a cop that has another car that pulls off another car. And they park right next to us. And we're like, oh, that's weird. And the cop parked behind us, blocked us into the parking spot. So me and Tobias had to walk all the way. Not a big deal, but then we had to wait an extra amount of time because there was a miscommunication between me and the teacher that was doing the club. And so I had to wait an extra bit of time for the teacher to realize, hey, well, you're already there. Let's get up there and so that we can start the club and everything. I go and I tell my spouse, because finally teacher's there, hey, you can come pick me up. They get pulled over. That cop, when they were done pulling over the other one, the state patrol officer, circled because it had been like 3 to 5 minutes since they had left that little parking spot so that my spouse could pull out and come get me. But they must have circled and decided to still pull over my spouse. And the reason why is they couldn't see the seatbelt. But my spouse took off their seatbelt as the cop was coming up. Moral of the story, we still got a citation. Moral of the story, not moral of the story. Long story short, we still got a citation. And the whole reason that it could have been avoided is if my spouse had left the seatbelt on. And we had learned and known that the little seatbelt adjusters were no longer illegal in Utah, which that law changed a couple years ago, but it's not like massive notice was out because my spouse is a little bit on the short side and they have to in order to have it across the chest properly, they have to have their arm over it, which is weird. So we got a citation. It sucks. And normally that would have been the end of the conversation. 8-minute traffic stop to write a citation of not wearing the seatbelt properly. Can you guess why it took so long? They decided to berate my spouse why I wasn't there. And when I did show up, they had finished writing citation and left within about 30 seconds. It's not okay. If it's a citation for not wearing a seatbelt, just say, hey, you're going to get citation, do the citation, get done, end the conversation. They kept trying, and I have a recording of it. They kept trying. My spouse was nervous and antsy and a bunch of other stuff, so they weren't handling the situation as well as they could, but a lot of people in their situation would have handled it the same way. But they stayed much too long for it being a ticket or a citation for a seatbelt. They were trying to continuously, and you can tell based on his conversation, to pull additional information that they could get in trouble for. So it's a lot of bullcrap. And when I walked up, first 10-second interaction I had with the guy, not the person that was talking to my spouse, but with the other cop, I walk in and I was like, because I had to come all the way. I'm like, hey, I'm the husband. I just want to get in the car. Is that okay? Yeah, you can get in the car. And then he steps in front of me as I'm walking to go around him. He takes the time to step in front of me, be like, are you sure you want to go in there? And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm like, I was tempted. I had wish I had recorded like the moment I had stepped in there. That would have been like why did you step in front of me to say that exact line? What was your thought process when I asked if I could get in the car and you said yes, to then in front of me confront me? It's why? The only thing in my mind, and because I'm a little bit on the paranoid side, is that they were trying to start something and have something additional. That doesn't make sense, because why would they want to do that other than to write an additional ticket or something like that? I don't know. Again, it's probably just my little bit of paranoia. But it's nuts. So no one felt like regular food. So we went out and we had to get gas on top of that. And when we went to go get gas, I discovered I had a negative balance in my account. So I had to take care of that real quick. And then go get pizza. And while we're in line waiting for the pizza at Sam's Club, mind you, so because they have a pre-made one there, they had a whole pepperoni that was pre-made. A guy and like two people in front of us, one ordered that entire thing, so gone.
No,
right?
They had to make they made an entirely new one for that guy as well.
There was a slice missing from that other one though. Like somebody had, what had happened was that enough people had ordered that he needed to make a new one. Like he was going to have to make a new one either way, but he should have taken the one that was already ready, but he didn't.
Yeah, he just kind of.
Yeah. So and it was because like the people in front of us were ordering the same pizza, but it's pepperoni pizza. Like normally on a normal day, that would have been damn sucks. I have to wait a little bit longer. Is like one thing after another. And during all this, I get a message from Chris saying, "It's like, you want to go live?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go live." Because like this is the good part of the day, to be honest. Like I have a railing that or the flat railing, not the one that goes down where you actually grab onto, but the flat railing that I still need to finish roping off so the cats can't get through it, because we're going to block them off from the stairway, because they've been causing fights and stuff like that down there. And so that's just it's a problem area. It's getting roped off unless like we're downstairs where they can go in and out. I was like, I came back home and I don't have time to do that. Eat some food and then go live and a bunch of other stuff. So you've had a beautiful day. Yeah, such a beautiful day. Thank you, guys. I'm not frozen, am I? I'm not frozen on the other platforms. Is YouTube frozen? Because Slayer is saying that it's frozen. Not frozen here? Oh. By the way, I need to show you guys something because when I get it in the mail, I'm gonna open it up, but I'm also gonna cry. I'm gonna straight up cry. Like this is another. It's not the only good thing that happened today. Slayer did something. Xenia. I gotta show you guys this. That's Whiskers. Make the picture bigger. Look at that. You guys remember Whiskers? She used to be on here. A year of videos with her. She had been in the videos that took off, that drove the channel, that moved it forward, and if you guys don't know, Whiskers passed away earlier this month, and had a really rough couple days the day it happened. But once she was home after we do cremation, I'm not a big fan of like stuffed animals and stuff like that. I don't mind pictures, but I don't want stuffed animals and stuff like that. It's my way of being able to process and move on. But they had asked for some pictures. They did an amazing job here. It looks like Whiskers with her little thing. So, but that was such a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. And we'll be getting that. I don't know. A part of me wants to hang it up and have her always be in the videos still. Another part of me is like, everyone in the house that sees that would love that. And right now I don't have another cat statue that I can paint. Because we have one for Harvest. It's a pumpkin because she was a harvest cat. I need one for Whiskers, but I don't have one right now. So what's probably going to happen is until I have a statue that I can paint, I'm going to put her on the mantle where Harvest is and where her ashes are, and she'll go there. And then later on, I'll probably put her over here behind us so that she can be in the videos still. I'm getting random notifications for some reason. Don't know.
It's because I'm uploading clips onto Discord so that I can put them into the video I'm editing.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back soon, everyone.
Sandra, you're okay. It's all good. I know that eventually there's enough people on the channel who know her, on both my personal and on this one, that it's something I should address. And I think I'm going to address. I'll do a video. I'll do the unboxing. I'll do a video, or I'll let that unboxing be the video. I don't know, because no matter what I do, unless like all 130,000, because there's so many. I don't know what videos. She's been in a lot. She's probably been in over 50, 60 videos at minimum. And Harvest was in just as many, but they were like of the earlier ones that you guys haven't seen because they were on my specific channels. And there's only a few on Villain Support that Harvest is in. And that's because they were just transferred over. Yeah, I love the Thanos video too. It was amazing. Bye, John. Hi, John. Bye, John. That's why the statue is not glued, so you can put them separately or together. Yeah, I'll probably put leave the statue on the altar, but the picture, I'm thinking, might take the place of, maybe they'll still just be next to each other, like they are on the mantle. Yeah, I think that would be good. Where, I'm gonna go live probably for the unboxing, and I'll just name it, and then like right away I'll probably end the live right after we talk and share. And it can be really hard because she was in, like, when she was in the videos, People are like, oh, the manager is watching over you. The manager's there. The manager's there. The manager's watching you. She's being a manager. So we would have a lot of people make comments. They still enjoyed the video, but the main comments would be especially when she was like leaning over, actively looking at me and stuff, would be about how active she was in those videos. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to losing a pet, whether you have had one or not, there's going to be people who understand the deep connection that you might have formed and people who don't. And I have no problem on either side. Like, the reason why the connection was so deep with Whiskers is kind of funny because she became my service pet. But the reason I find it funny is because originally I didn't want her. Like, my spouse got her, and when we saw her at the shelter, it was like, we can't do another cat. We already have this many. And so, you know, but Ryu was in a really bad place. And I didn't want another cat because Harvest was, you know, really thin at the time, and I knew what was coming, and I just didn't want another pet. Well, we got her a year later. It took her a year to warm up to me, and she just stuck to me like glue afterwards. She still loved my spouse, don't get me wrong. Like, when she was upstairs or when we were in our room, she would spend most of the time with Ryu. And then when I'd laid down and she was done cuddling or Ryu moved slightly, she'd be like, okay, I'm going to go over and lay on Levi now. Lay on me. So the manager will always watch over it. I understand putting her in credits, but it has been a while, and the video would have to be an appropriate one. And even then, there's going to be plenty of people who have no idea who she is. And so I don't want to confuse them. The people who know her will appreciate it, sure. Which is why I plan on making that one video. But outside of that, I don't think so. Out of respect for the channel, people who have a hard time processing grief, even from like just the passive nature of watching pets online. I know that there's people online who can't have a pet, would love a pet, and they get attached to the pets that they see online because there's pet parents who share a bunch of stuff online, and so they get attached to them, and then they'll cry when those pets die. The Doge dog? Does anyone remember the Doge dog? It died, and when it died, there's a statue. It had touched so many people's lives. A statue was made for it. And for like a solid week, people were going over there and mourning the loss of a dog that they never had, that they never met. They had only known because of a meme and got to see some of its life because they followed the owner, and that's it. She did so well. She was such a photogenic cat. And I have a video. I was working on a video with her. And that would probably be the video because I still have the clips. That would probably be the video. And the video was taken before she had her surgery. So she was still doing okay. And she was recovering. For all those that were wondering, she was recovering after her surgery. She just took a turn. And pancreatitis, we don't know how long she had it. It might have just been a flare-up. She might have had pancreatitis this whole time and we never knew. But the thing was, the vet let us know that there was a chance that, you know, she would pass. But if she'd survived this bout of it, this flare-up, it would have been really easy to take care of. But she just kept getting worse. And she just didn't make it. She did pass away with a full belly, though. She didn't die hungry. Like
So
at
first
least,
I couldn't find her collar.
yeah, she did. You know, one aspect I think that's better because now I don't like now we can look at it and hold it without thinking of the fact that she dyed it. She loved it, but at least she didn't. At least that part of that memory isn't attached to it. Honestly, because if she had died in it, I probably would have had it burned with her. Comes so deeply by it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we've had plenty. We don't pick cats. Cats pick for us. Cats pick us. That's 100% true. 100% true.
Who did Max pick?
Still not 100% certain on that. I think he picked us as a family because Max was an outdoor cat who literally flopped in front of me outside and forced me to pick it. Like, I knew he was an outdoor cat, so I wasn't going to originally pick him up. I went around him and he flopped on me again. I was like, oh, okay, we're picking you up, I guess. Came right in, cuddled everyone. We tried to see if he had a family. During the time frame of us trying to see if he had a family, he'd gotten back out, and I was like, well, if he comes back, because no one claimed him, we couldn't figure out if he had a family, we'll take him to the vet. And he came right back. He was gone for like what, a day? Mm-hmm. Came back, wanted inside, walked right in, opened the door, walked right in. Oh, that's the big cat that you've seen. He was much smaller when we had him. He was like half compared to now. He was like half the size. He was still a big cat then. I thought he was full grown. God, can you imagine it? And like, no, he's about the same age as Whiskers. He's about 4 or 5. He has to be full grown.
I know Maine Coons still grow after a little while.
Not 4 years while. There's no way he's going to get larger unless it's like whiter type of large. And yes, welcome to the channel. I love that picture. That's a pretty cool looking picture. Yeah. His cat decided I'm his person. Sounds about right. Thank you so much for the gifted membership, AJ. But yeah, I had made plans that if I went to the convention this year, I'd figure out a way to bring Whiskers or one of the other cats, and Whiskers would have been the best one. We brought Harvest one year. They allow service pets, and if you have a note, an emotional support pet. I mean, I still have to talk to my therapist. How about that? I don't know if he's capable of it, to be honest. Like, we have to, like, we were still in the process of training him. I'd rather train him for another year properly around people.
Yeah, I'm saying that, like, we'll have to see how he does in general with, like,
if he takes to it really, really well, it's still a lot of Comic-Con's still a lot of people that are going to want to pet and hold and everything like that. And there's going to be people who will do it without me saying don't do it, without me giving them permission.
Why I suggested a stroller.
Yeah.
That way they can't grab him from the stroller.
True. Ethan, no. That's very pleasant. Hey, guys. Yeah, we are doing the giveaway today, too. So those that are in the streams, stick around for a little bit. Once Chris gets back and we get set up for it, we have a giveaway to do. So for all the members, whether you be current or past. So what if Stitch found the mask? Oh, that'd be a funny one.
If you're not a current member, you can't win a shirt.
Well, yeah, they have to be a member. I just said
Right,
that.
but you said current or past. That implies someone who no longer has membership.
Oh no, I meant like if you get a new membership today, and you have to be a current member,
or
whether you get a
existing.
new
Current
membership
or
right now.
existing. Got it. I'm almost done. I'll be right back. I just wanted to clarify that because I was like, no, wait.
Okay, like Chris said, you have to be a current member, but if you get a new membership right now, it still counts. Okay. Only stipulation is you have to be part of the. You have to be a member. That's it. my my tism. Yeah. Yeah, no, I have to. Jack gifted 10 memberships, so 10 more people are going to be members now. And we don't have, for those that are on Twitch, please keep watching on Twitch, but if you pop over on the tube, that's where the memberships are currently. Me and Chris understand that we really need to, because there's a big market for Twitch, we really need to take the time and actually set that all up so that we can get monetized over there and people can join over there as well and use their Prime memberships. It just takes time. It's what it boils down to. And was it yesterday? Whatever. Yeah. I was gonna have more videos to edit, but
okay. That took way longer than it should have because my computer was being dumb, which is a really whiny way of me saying that I was having user error, but I'm not willing to admit it.
But you just did.
Well, right after the fact, though. Anyway, okay. So, okay, so we need memberships. My one concern about, and we'll do it today because you said we were going to do it today. But my one concern about saying anyone who's a member up to the moment we do the thing is that then I have to pull a new list and then pull the people out who've won previously.
Well, up to the point you start that we get ready to pull. Like once you say, okay, I pulled all the names, we can stop taking that. But
because now I also need to find the file.
In the Google Drive. Those are wondering why I chose this side. I don't like being on the other side. It's just a preference. You're getting a lot of people saying hi.
Hi, everybody.
Chris let me know before we went live. My hair's all kind of wonky. Any day a haircut is what it boils down to. I can, like, this thing is not staying maintained anymore unless I like try to slick it back and stay back, and I don't want to do that. My hair's too long. You ever had that problem, Chris?
When I had hair, I had that problem all the time.
I meant currently.
No, not even with my hair as long as it is now.
I love the fact that in a video, I call out, and I've called it out a few times, but like we haven't edited it yet because there's a chance that we're going to add to it, which is the Lex video. Because I looked at the Lex video that would have been for the main channel, which is a non-political version of the one that I kind of went on a tirade on. And it's a good video by itself. It would be much funnier if, like, Chris Napa was in it. It'd be even funnier if I had written it out or rewrite it and have voice acting in it. But we're not going to worry about voice acting. I'm already having trouble. I don't know what's going on, but Popo gave you those lines. Did he by chance give you the lines for the Stitch video?
What Stitch video?
So I have the video for Stitch written out. The script's done.
He
I just have
also
to-
owed me lines for the Strahd video.
And he hasn't sent those yet.
No.
He's been doing a
He
lot
did a
of
whole
Twitch.
thing the other day about how he was going to be doing that, and then his kid got sick, and he's been stuck at home with his kid.
Yeah, and then he's been doing Twitch every day, which is understandable. That's something that's bringing him income right now.
Yep.
But so we're gonna do the drawing, and then I don't know what the next thing.
It's going to be a little bit before the drawing's ready.
So what was the thing? What else did we want to do? Do we want to talk something else, or did you have something else planned?
I just had the evening free, so I figured why not go live?
Oh, all right, that works out. My lighting is really.
Oh God, I gotta share this. Hold on a second. I gotta email this to myself, and then send it to you, and then I share it here because it's freaking hilarious. Hold on. It's one of the most amusing things that I've seen in a long time.
431. 400. Oh, there we go. That's not too bad. 400 is my, for some reason 431 automatic does a 132nd and 426. I have a 160 shutter speed and a 400 ISO, and I'm brighter, and things still look decent. It helps that my web camera can actually do 60 frames per second. For anyone that's wanting to get into streaming, you do not need a 60 frame per second camera. Start with whatever camera you have and then move from there.
You have Gondoria. What?
Oh.
The beacons are lit. The beacons are lit.
So one of the cool things about the newest video, by the way, one of the cool things about the newest video, it does show that we can do a more adult humor.
100% it does. 100%.
One of the to anyone here, one of the things that's like some of the average viewers might know, the normal viewers, we have had plenty of times where we do a take and we're like, this is really this is gold. This is gold. And then we go, that might be too adult. And I've had a full video. Red Dwarf video is the one I use as an example, but it's not the only one because the Constantine videos are also a good showing that the more adult humor does well. But Constantine videos were their own thing. They're an insult battle that is just more extreme than it needs to be. And we've had those videos get flagged and taken down. Because it is just a constant barrage of let's just be as evil and mean as we can be to these people. We didn't get it taken down for bullying either. On Facebook, it was just adult-oriented subjects is what it got taken down for. And I was like, that was the Orochimaru one. And I'm like, really? That was tame in comparison to a couple of the other ones I've done, but that's the one you hit me on. I see how it goes.
Trying to remember where I pulled down there we go. The list of members. Hold on. Where's the list of members? Dang it.
Cameras are most phones.
What?
Yeah, nothing. And a good example of this is I was looking to upgrade because my phone is starting to show its age. My battery is not lasting as long as it should, and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like, okay, if I'm going to get another phone, it needs to be decent video. And I was like, okay, what is the specs of the newest S25? If I'm going to look at a phone, I'm going to pay $1,000 for a phone, which phones are expensive. If I'm going to pay a lot of money for a decent phone, really nice high-end phone, I want to make sure it's going to do all this stuff. The only thing that's an upgrade from this phone to the S25, this is an S22, 3, 4, 5, 3 generations later, is the back cameras are slightly stronger.
And it has the number 25 in it.
and it has AI powered stuff, and the chip that I currently have in here might be aging. And I'm like, it's the same chip. What do you mean it might be aging? What the hell are you talking about? It's the exact same chip.
Don't overlook the power of the number 25, Levi.
The only thing good would be the fact that it'd be a newer battery. And I'm like, I'm good. I looked at the Fairphone, which is a phone that you can like completely repair yourself. It's very user friendly to repair it, in fact. And it's about half the price. And I was like, well, what's the front camera on that one? Because the front camera on the S25 is like 30 megapixels or something. This is 50. This is a 50 megapixel front facing cam. It's really good. The Fairphone 5 is also a 50 megapixel camera. It's effectively this, but newer. No, you won't get this. So what happens to this phone if I do get a new phone?
Been having the same conversations with my kid. Hey, Dad, when you get your new phone, do I? No, you don't get that.
Nope. Because I'm a content creator and having two phones is actually a good thing. As a content creator, if I can have two high-end phones that are relatively the same, it means I always have a phone that I could use to record and only do social media stuff on. And then my personal phone actually becomes my fucking personal phone. Sorry. Mama would have already had claims if that was going to be the case. But since I would just get the Fairphone and that would become my new phone, this would become, I would delete almost everything off of it except social media stuff, and this would become my work phone. I just wouldn't have to have it connected on a SIM card, which would be fine. Made by Samsung. Yep. They need a new phone. Their phone is even older than my phone. I turned off the AI at least twice already. Yeah. Remember to hit the like buttons. Yep.
Hit all the likes and the buttons is.
The pressure lately has been killing my ears. Is it this one right here? Oh, those of you who saw the Thanos video, do you guys want to see my part real quick? The part that you didn't get to see. There's one little tiny part at the very start that I gave him that he didn't put in there for obvious reasons because it doesn't really belong in there. But I think you guys will find it funny.
It's teeny bit chilly down here. It's like 41 degrees, just to let you know.
I was freezing when I was recording all the lines that you saw in the Thanos video. One of the reasons I didn't continue to add additional lines for Chris was I just didn't want to. I was cold.
That was a creepy little golem voice you did.
Almost. Huh? I didn't want to turn the heaters on for what would have effectively been 5 minutes of recording because I wouldn't have even enjoyed the heat because it takes longer than 5 minutes to warm up the room. No, I didn't. It came up. I got done recording and I was cold and I left. You were asleep when I did that. Lex. Okay, but the thing is, when that heater is on, it can actually affect the audio. So if I can turn off that heater and record, I get a cleaner audio that isn't affected as much by the noise canceling. So I can do like quieter laughs and stuff like that, and it'll be a cleaner audio. Lex, the room isn't covered. No matter how much you complain, Superman. Lex, the room isn't covered by the superhero insurance. I understand that Superman destroyed the room, but you didn't put the room on the insurance plan. Like, you don't put your high-powered secret weapons on there, you eat the cost when they get destroyed, and you can afford that. Then why did you hide a room full of wigs from the building plans? Okay, your image of bald is beautiful needs to just simply, you need to accept it. But no, why would you think I've got hair? I'm not John, okay? I know we look a little alike. You know how you can tell us apart? My luscious locks of... No, not going to say that line. Anyways, it's not covered, okay? No, I'm not going to... You have an entire room of what? Watches? You have got to be kidding me. Yeah, because you disclosed that. Of course that's covered. What was in the room of wigs that you couldn't disclose the room of wigs so that it would be covered underneath your insurance? You made a wig of kryptonite? That's the end. So the cool thing about the script is we've gone back and forth like how to add to this video. And one of the things that came up was like Chris mentioned possibly having me talk about it beforehand. I was like, well, I can't do that because I act like I don't know about the kryptonite wig. And then we've had comments about like the reason why he has it, the kryptonite thing. He has a whole shrine to Superman, and that's what it is. It's on like a bust of Superman type thing. And so I was like, it would be cool if what happened, it doesn't matter if there's a start point and an end point and Levi's in the middle, or if it's Levi and then just John. What would be cool is if John did know, and this is something that me and Chris were talking about. John did know about the wig, and he's the one who was like talking about trying to, this is Chris is talking to Luthor into trying to get the wig on Clark somehow so that it would weaken him over time. And there's definitely something there. I think the idea of John knowing about the wig would be hilarious. And John mentioned something, or Chris mentioned something about a different item that was with kryptonite, but I can't remember what it was because we were just shooting the breeze at the time.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yep, they're fine. Yeah, so I don't know what it was. And that's the sad thing, is that happens a lot with both of us. We'll have an idea. The other one will be like, I kind of like that idea. And neither one of us will have the foresight to write it down because we're out of it at the time the other one is talking to each other because it's too late or the schedule is just different or something like that. We're busy. And then we come back and I was like, I don't remember saying that. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So the idea is just gone. There have been so many good I'm
getting a phone call. Sorry, you gotta hop off.
You're good. It's all good. So many good video ideas that have gone the way of the dodo, strictly because we forgot to write them down or record it in some way. I have a dozen videos of me talking to the camera because of that, though.
They bring the dodo back. What are you gonna say? And then they're working on it. I think they succeeded.
What?
I think they succeeded in bringing it back.
They can't bring the dodo because of the life of DNA. It's not possible to bring it back.
They're working.
They're not able to because of they don't have dodo DNA on file that they've managed to, and DNA degrades. This is the reason why The reason why Jurassic Park is never going to be reality is the same reason they can't bring the dodo back. DNA degrades over time. There's nothing to bring that DNA back. No, not even frozen. Yeah, it degrades over time no matter how it's stored. Even if it's completely frozen, the degradation it does take a while. Take a long time. How long does last thousands of years. Its half-life is 521 years, which means after 520 years, half the DNA bonds break. That means that under ideal conditions, DNA can last 6.8 million years. However, DNA is unlikely to be readable, meaning usable in any shape, after 1.5 million years. And
yeah, they could bring the dodo back.
But they don't have the DNA. Do they? I don't think they have dodo DNA.
The dodo hasn't been extinct for over 1,000 years. It's only been like what? 100?
There's no way.
Yeah.
Holy shit! They have sequenced it.
Yeah, I wasn't insane because if I'm correct, they went extinct in like the 1950s.
They extracted it from a dodo skull in the Natural Museum. So they could.
Yeah, what are you going to do when that happens?
I'm going to be dead. There's no way they're going to do that in my lifetime. Not with everything else going on. If we can't, non-political thing, this is just simply the reality of what's going on. If we can't come to an agreement to at least tell everyone worldwide about what is going on health-wise, how the hell are we going to clone and bring back a dodo to life? And what would even be the purpose? No one's going to spend money on that. Are you a billionaire that can afford that? Because if so, where's the money? You owe me rent. Because if you had that kind of money, you weren't sharing, I'm going to be like, you could have, at the very minimum, just been like, Dad, here's a house. Just pay me like a rent that isn't outlandish. And I would have been okay with that. I would have been paying you rent. You're not giving me the house for free. You're buying the house and then I pay you rent. Where's your billions? Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't want a dodo bird. They're stupid. They got extinct because they were stupid.
They got extinct because they were too friendly.
They literally ran off of a cliff.
They would run up to people.
Yes, they run up to people, but they also ran off of cliffs.
Yeah, they're a bit stupid.
They couldn't fly and they ran off a cliff. And there is speculation that one of the reasons they ran off because they were getting chased. But another they're like, they were dumb. They were dumb birds. Dodos were eaten to death. Yes, but they're just dumb birds. They had no survival instincts.
They never had that. I didn't realize that.
The only way that they would be able to even come close to creating dino DNA was to take the birds that exist today and reverse engineer a dino that way. I don't see that happening within my lifetime. True, I suppose.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, I'm muted. Wait.
No, you're not.
Now I can hear you.
Better clone a dodo than a saber-toothed tiger. Can we even clone a saber-toothed tiger? I love your picture because we're talking about dodos, and you've got a picture of a geese with like a knife that says geese was never an option. You got a goose.
Cool. Don't let the dogs in.
Oh.
Right.
Rusty has a picture for their profile pic.
All right, so Levi, we need 159 on the spinner.
All right, give me a minute.
Starting next month, we are going to change things up a little bit and say that you must either be an annual member or have been a member for 3 months to be eligible for a shirt.
Yeah, because at this point, that's a lot of shirts to give away.
Well, the main reason also is because if you're going to win something that's worth, I mean, wholesale, I mean, even, 14, $15, if not more, because we don't make much on the shirts. We've got a pretty small margin on them. We got that, and you were gifted a membership, so there's no money out of your pocket. We get $3 out of it. That's just a losing proposition for us. So you got to have been a member for at least 3 months, starting next month.
And gifted is in like, well, because if people are gifted a membership, like we're still making that money either way.
Right. But it's like that person hasn't paid, and if they just let their membership lapse and don't re-up, they just get a shirt for doing nothing.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
the whole point of this is it's supposed to be a benefit to members who want to paying members.
Yeah, and it pays for itself over time.
Right.
How many dice are we rolling?
I thought you had a spinner.
Yeah, I have a 159 sided dice. How many dice am I?
You're rolling 6.
There we go. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
There's no buildup, no tension. We're lazy and we want it done.
61 is Josh CK99 on YouTube. 67 is Kakita of Crane. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. 40 is Gabriel Curry, who I believe is a new member today that it was gifted to. 51 is Jen P. 62 is JSJ Family 18. And 41, is Grog Vaughn. So I will attempt to reach out to all of you.
Remember, we do have a Discord that you can join if you're a member on YouTube. You can join either way, but you can actually, there's a members only area of the Discord. And it takes like 24 hours once you've attached your accounts together, which you attach your YouTube to your Discord, and it's pretty easy to do. Discord has like
I will reach out to those people and see if we can get a hold of them. And
was this the Jen that won? Jen P?
Possibly. Let me check something here real quick.
Or was it this Jen P?
Whoever's username on YouTube is GenP8020 is the correct Gen P.
Okay.
If there's 2 Gen Ps in here, which one of you is that?
There's Jen and then Jen P.
Jen Foyona and Gen P. Which one of you is Gen P8020 on YouTube? No videos on the channel. Okay. Gen P, please, if you aren't on the Discord already, go ahead and join the Discord. And then, will the real Gen P, please stand up. Go ahead and join the Discord. I'll keep an eye on it. And then, if you look at the members on the Discord, I am John at Acme Villain Support, which I just need to change that because it shouldn't be. Edit profile.
Should just be a villain support now, right?
Yeah, how do I change my...
Oh, that's probably something we'll need to take care of off of stream if you can't find it. I don't feel like doing that. Because it should be a user settings, my account, And
I
then
got it. I 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 got it.
For anyone wondering, yes, I actually do tech support.
Yes. So, Gen P, jump onto the Discord. And then you can find me as in the general section. I am in mods. I'm John at Villain Support. Just click on my name, send me a message.
Do you mean the Have an Acme Day? Have I not updated that? I could have swore I updated that.
Yeah, Jen, send me a message there on the Discord. If you need the link to the Discord, it is in the.
Oh, yep,
It's going to be in the banner scrolling at the bottom of the deal there. But you'll need to contact me and so I can give you your giveaway code. If you don't contact me, I can't give you your giveaway code, then I can't give you a free shirt. And I'd love to give you a free shirt, so. I'll be waiting. Everyone who's on here, if you have not yet, basically all the winners, you have a week to redeem after I get a hold of you. So if I reach out to you this evening and you don't respond within a week, then sorry. So who in here knows Strahd von Zarovich from D&D, the Lord of Ravenloft?
There we go. That should have fixed it.
Okay. So one of the videos I'm working on is a video with Strahd trying to find improv's been fantastic, Xena. Thank you. Has been a video with Strahd. He's trying to figure out some sort of better what's the word? Not dispersion. Deterrent for people trying to storm his castle to kill him. And yeah, he's basically the Dracula of D&D, correct? And so there's a D&D creator about the size of us on TikTok. I think smaller elsewhere. Whose name is Diana of the Rose. And she's a D&D. She was one of my favorite D&D creators for a while. I met her at PAX Unplugged. We talked about doing a collab where she plays the role of a consultant that we contact when R&D can't come up with decent enough items for role-playing villains. So once I get the lines back from Popo, I'll be able to launch that one.
And here's the thing, to everyone here, this is a great example of like how our feedback to each other can be. I've had videos I've done that Chris had no idea about, and he's been honest. It's like, I don't really get it. And so he could only give like not really good feedback. It wasn't less like bad as in like, I can't give you good feedback. It's all just bad. As in like, I just don't understand it. I can't give you feedback that you're looking for. And I wasn't exactly, I think I was sick when I watched it. And that's the same thing is in regards to the video, this video in particular, I was like, I know of him because I've done D&D, but this was basically my interpretation of it because I haven't played the campaign.
Yeah.
He's basically the Dracula of D&D, and I could look more into it, but that's about it. So me watching the video, I'm like, here's my feedback on it. It's not good. And he was like, what do you mean? And I had to explain the same thing. And it's interesting how we give pause for each other. Like, is this the kind of feedback you want me to give you? And we still, the benefit of knowing each other as long as we have, I think. And I was like, what's going on here? Usually you're much better at feedback than this. And so I'll lean on you guys I'll ask you guys a lot, right? If Chris is unable to give me some real constructive feedback, the issue with relying on people who almost universally love everything you put out is even when you put out something bad, they want to support you. And so it can be really hard to give the negative feedback that you need sometimes to do better. But there's a handful of you who've been on the lives enough that know that's the kind of feedback I need sometimes. And I love you for it. Thank you so much. And for the people who are outright just absolutely love everything we put out, I love you too. Thank you so much. There's a place for all of it. And I think it's important to have both sides and look at both sides and be able to take that criticism and learn from it. But there's also that fine line of like, somebody's just being a dick.
Yeah.
We've dealt with that too. And we're like, we're done. It's one thing when we explain the reasons why the video was made and you still go, no, I still don't like it. It's like, then that's fine. What possible deterrent could a D&D Dracula have to keep away from adventurers? Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to put out the next bit of... Oh, well. I don't think that'd be it.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to...
I agree. The Thanos video came out really well. And we were live when we were editing that. Because Chris sent me a version to edit. And I saw the version beforehand. I gave my feedback. Chris took my feedback, cut it down, and sent me a version to edit for the smaller version. And there's a larger version that I think is still good and still has a place. I think we still need to edit that though, don't we?
What?
That large version of the...
Honestly, the larger version is not nearly as good as I thought it was going to end up as. And this cut down version is much, much better.
Are we not going to release that? Do we want to release that on
to call the larger version a director's cut would be saying, as the director, I wanted to release an inferior product.
Why don't we... I mean, that's the reason for Fourth Wall and stuff like that, then. I mean, we can put it over there.
We could do that. We could also just post. We can also just release it as is and just say, we'd have to edit that one and subtitle that one also. We could just say, this is what the Thanos video originally was going to be.
Why don't we do an actual director's cut and we do a video style here and we talk about the video. We pause the video and explain why we cut things out and then press pause and go back and forth. We do an actual direct.
Yeah, we can do that, but not tonight because we're going to have to edit it, put subtitles and stuff on it and everything.
Like to everyone here, as much as I would say is like it would be awesome to have you in there. When we do videos like that, we go on tangents looking at your comments. Both of us will. We'll like one of us will notice a really funny comment or something, and the whole video will go to like we've tried it, and then I was like, this didn't work because like there's this like 5 minutes of us rambling, and now there's just this giant cut, and it doesn't work. So it's gonna have to be something that we actually sit down and do. But yeah, it's something that we've been talking about, trying to do more things for our members. And a lot of people do Patreon. And one of the things that we had discussed was putting the videos out early on Fourth Wall or something like that. And there was literally a large creator who just barely had his stuff leaked and he was fighting the copyrights. And that was Bistro Buddies or whatever. It's he does a whole. I would have to find it. They have over 1 million on TikTok and whatnot.
And they dropped their what?
They dropped videos on Patreon first, and then it gets released on the other platforms. And somebody ripped their Patreon video and posted it, and so they got a copyright strike on YouTube, and they were having to fight it. And that's exactly what I was talking. It's not like we can't fight it. That's doable.
That's why we drop it on YouTube and then drop it everywhere else like 7 minutes later.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We can do a script read because the subtitles aren't ready and we don't have a spec voice for Strahd in there. I guess I will do Diana's lines, but
I don't have the script.
yeah, you do. 1 second.
It'd be the same thing. Like we can do a script read of the Stitch if people want to do that too. I have to read it like that. Okay. Okay.
You can
I can
make
do
our
lines.
you can make our little window bigger on your screen.
I did.
Okay, cool. All right, can you read it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be John and Diana, and you can be Strahd. Villain support is John.
John, it is I, Strahd von Zorovich.
Are you finally making a purchase today?
Potentially, but unlikely.
You've rejected everything in our 3,706 page, 7,000 plus item catalog. The R&D got to work on custom items and spent weeks designing the Doom Spike fountain.
Pause. I know. Sorry. The pages are longer than that.
What?
You've done the catalog. You've mentioned the catalog in past video.
Dude,
Yeah.
let's just read the script.
Okay. Sorry. I just wanted to make a note. Running water.
That line isn't even in the final video. I haven't cut it down to what is in the final video. Let's just read the script. Let's just read the script. You know, we don't need to nerd out on it, please.
Okay.
Don't
Sorry.
do to me what our fans do to us in the comments in the middle of a script read.
Or you do to me. You've done it
I
to
never
me.
I never
You've done a lot done it to me. Anyways, let's continue.
Then R&D got to work on custom items and spent weeks designing the Doom Spike fountain
Running water, John.
and the Blackfire chandelier.
No flames in the castle. They might singe the tapestries.
Strahd, they're magical flames. There will be no damage to the castle.
Assurances mean nothing coming from you. Remember the gargoyles I bought with the lifetime guarantee? Started crumbling less than 200 years later. Then you refused to replace them.
An average mortal lifetime, Strahd. Read your contracts.
We vampires may be monsters to some, John, but at least we're forthcoming about our nature and what we can and can't do. We've learned to make do with what we are, without hiding behind hyperbole, false promises, and legalese.
It's hyperbole. What about the scream
said? You just said. You just said.
I did
You
that on
son of a bitch.
I did that on purpose.
You hypocrite.
What about the Scream Stone? I emailed you about on Tuesday. You like that one, right? Emits a sonic attack that shatters eardrums and melts brains.
The tone, John.
The tone?
It clashes with the organ in my grand hall.
You're rejecting the Screaming Death Stone because it doesn't shriek in the right key?
I've cultivated the aesthetics of my castle and the grounds very carefully, John.
No one comes to your castle to admire the grounds or the architecture, Strahd. They're only there to try and kill you.
I should be able to be confident that uninvited visitors are dead without the sound of those deaths interrupting me.
Okay, look, I've got a contractor I can try. She's a genius at stuff like this.
Why wasn't she involved from the start then?
She's super expensive.
Is her work worth it?
I don't say this lightly, Strahd. She is literally the best there is.
I sense a but in there.
We might owe her some money. Let me see if I can get her on the line and see if she'll even talk to me. Dial. If you're calling for any reason other than to pay me the 3 million gold and 6 wyvern eggs you owe me, this conversation is already over. Diana, we agreed on 1 million and 2 eggs. I can't approve the invoice you submitted. That price was quoted for a 2-week turnaround. You took the quote and then requested a rush job. That doubles the cost. That would be 2 million gold and 4 eggs, and I already told you I could approve that. You're trying to charge triple. That's because I need 24/7 security now because Bahamut wants my head on a platter. That's another 1 million gold and 2 more eggs. We shouldn't have to pay extra just because your weapon didn't take him out. Oh, John, your client's request was for something to kill a dragon. If you had told me up front that my weapon was going to be used to try to kill a dragon god, my weapon would damn well have killed said dragon god.
I pay you 19 million gold a year in retainer's fee, John. You have the money.
Who's that? Strahd. Count von Zarovich from Barovia?
The very same.
Well, this is a welcome surprise. I'm a big fan. Diana Strahd's a client. He's looking for a powerful and automated defensive solution for his courtyard to repel or destroy intruders, adventurers, vampire hunters, and overenthusiastic ghost hunting influencers.
Preferably destroy, especially the influences.
Well, Count, it's an honor to meet you.
Please, call me Strahd. The honor is all mine. John tells me you're the best.
Oh, I am. Yeah, he's rejected everything in our catalog and all of R&D's custom solutions. Even the Screamstone? Yeah. Okay, so let's work through this. Powerful, deadly AoE. I can work with this. What about a bone vortex? Tornado of animated skeleton arms that emerges from what looks like a simple abandoned well that just grabs people and yeets them into the sky.
You lost me at abandoned well. I don't want people to think I can't maintain my own castle grounds.
Okay, so we want to be effective, but also fancy. Yeah, he's very picky in particular.
I can hear you, John.
He's discerning. John wants the best. I can relate. We can figure this out. Okay, new idea. Spectral Lance Barrage. Whole courtyard turns into an infinite hail of a mix of spears of all different magic types. Death is assured, no matter what resistances an intruder might have.
Is there a way to ensure it doesn't damage the landscaping?
Ooh, good question. No, your landscaping would not be safe, especially if people try to take cover in or behind it. I see why John has struggled to find the right solution here. There's a lot of variables to consider. There's so many fancy ways to say picky in particular. All right. What if we do a pool of liquid darkness that bubbles up from the ground and dissolves people from the feet up?
And where would the darkness be stored when not in use?
Below ground. You need the courtyard surface to be porous.
It's custom dwarven tile work, centuries old. I can't have it aerated.
I have it. The Lavender Lookout. A magical levitating light purple gemstone in the middle of your courtyard with area awareness. We place it right in front of the stairs to the castle gate at a choke point with at least 60 feet clearance for any of the landscaping. The Lookout is actually 3 magical devices in one. One deals fire damage, one deals ice damage, and the last deals radiant damage. Wait, is that rules legal? Oh, I'm just getting started. The Lookout's fire and ice elements each act once per round, blasting out a magical wave in a 60-foot radius. Each time the radiant element is hit with magic, it pulses out a radiance wave in the same 60-foot radius. The radiant fire wave hits for 6d10 damage with a fear effect, triggering both a DC 20 will save and a DC 20 fortitude save, and the radiant ice wave hits for 6d10 damage with a slow effect, triggering a DC 20 reflex save and another DC 20 fortitude save.
Diana, I like where this is going, but does it do anything else?
That's why I like you, Strahd. Most people would be satisfied with the Lavender Lookout as I've already described it, but I figured you'd be wanting something more. So we also add a blood siphon effect whenever anyone hit by its attacks drops below 50% HP. They have to make a DC 20 con save or else they lose a half pint of blood. Of course, I'm sure John can set it up so the siphon blood is pumped into your castle for later consumption.
I love it. What does it cost?
Strahd, hold up. I would like to discuss costs with Diana privately so that a mere 23 million gold.
Done. When can you have it delivered?
Strahd, wait a minute. Give me 6 weeks, give or take. Strahd.
Diana, do you accept the Venmo? It's very convenient.
Strahd, hold on, okay? The 23 million gold is the cost of villain support. That's just the cost of the device, and you're not buying this directly. We're facilitating the purchase for you and handling the installation, which has its own costs. Your final price will be at least 70% higher. I'll have a final quote to you later this afternoon.
70%! You blood-sucking bastard!
So what I've got is I've got it recorded. I got my parts and Diana's parts. I'm waiting on the voice acting for Strahd. But that's basically, it's basically what it's going to be. It's been reduced. It's been cut down a little bit, and I've done some editing. So this isn't exactly what the final product's going to be, but that's what it's going to be. Thanks, Joe Marvel. Levi, did you want to grab the?
That's I believe that's the Joe that we know, by the way.
The what?
John is the lawyer.
Yeah.
I want one of those myself. Sorry, go ahead.
You said you had a script also?
No, yeah. The Stitch script.
Ryoko versus Koro Sensei. Okay, so we're doing old anime versus new anime. Antarnoth. Koro Sensei would win.
Wow.
Koro Sensei, I think, is just too fast. And Ryoko doesn't possess the compound that kills him.
Well,
I think
I'm curious about that because no, wait. Because of the subspace, I'm not. I think that would be a stalemate.
Maybe.
Because you got to remember the tech and everything that Ryoko is able to use.
Oh, Ryoko is crazy powerful, but Koro Sensei, his speed and his power, and especially
how far did you get into the series?
Of which?
Tenchi.
I've seen all of it.
You've seen Universe?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. It's like I think it would wind up in a stalemate, but I think it would be a really fun fight.
Stitch meets Ryo Oki from Tenchi. Oh.
Oh. So far, every ship he gets on, he destroys. So that it's canon that he destroys ships. So
yeah. You hear
it would be so hard to do the voicing in that. A lot of times, currently, when I'm doing a script that I want voicing in, I have to take in consideration the resources that we have available to us.
Yeah.
And most of the voices I have available to us are unfortunately male voices. I don't have a whole lot of people that can do.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm giving Popo some work just because I know he's struggling. But a lot of these scripts I would be writing without a voice.
I'm going to go ahead and open up the Google Doc.
I came in like a wrecking ball. Stitch.
So this isn't great. I still need to technically. I meant to edit this a while ago as a Google Doc so it'd look better.
Levi. You need to
depending on the Reaver too.
aren't Reavers both from Firefly and Mass Effect?
Yeah, they're different ones, massively different ones.
Yeah, I know.
So there could be, oh my God. That's actually brilliant. Please write that down. We need to write that down. That is brilliant.
Because you can play a game of which Reavers. In general, okay. Stitch versus.
Oh, you're already doing it. Okay.
One.
And then put in the game of which Reavers. That's exactly where the script is going to go. I don't know if that's going to be the next video, I'll be honest, because there's a point where I need to, like, every video of Stitch is advancing the storyline currently. Yeah. So the next video needs to be, if I'm correct, I need to go back and look, needs to be the point of the video where we figure out why, what's going on. I think it's been too long. I don't know. I have to look.
Stitch, which Reavers? None of them speak English.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just. Do you want me to share this with you, or do you want to do the same thing where you just look at my screen and I scroll up?
Let's just look at the screen. Tell me what lines you want me to do.
Just do your 2 lines because I'm not in there until the very end. Just do yours and Nappa's. I can do Dante's.
Who's okay?
Can you read that?
Can you zoom it in?
Like that?
More. Can you
About
center
as
it?
much as I'm gonna get.
Can you center it? Thank you. I was like, no, it's up to the side, bro.
Okay, so this video, because it's a part 2, and then the combined one, we won't have to worry about this. But since part 2 is going to also be its own standalone video, we're leaving off right where John was calling Sinesh and was going no. And what we get on the video, it'll say 3 days later. And John's on the call, so you'd have your headset right now.
Bloop. Okay, it's on.
And this is what you hear. Enter the void with the Xeno heretic to soak his fur with our fallen brothers and sisters. Enter the void where you belong for glory and the Emperor.
You threw him into the warp? You threw what is effectively chaos given form and life into the warp. Dante. Damn it, he hung up. Nappa. What? Stop doing what you're doing and find Levi. But I was doing this for Levi. Dear Xeno, that man does way more than I ever realized. I don't care if Beerus, Bulma, or Vegeta asked you, find Levi now. Find Levi now. Who crawled up your battle skirt and twisted it. On it.
2 hours later. You start with okay.
Where is he now?
Warning: Ventral Spirit Command Ship offline. Ventral Spirit Command Ship offline.
Oh God, no! Nappa, get Levi back now.
Yeah.
Oh, Levi, I, dude, that's messed up. I know. I'm trying to keep up with all the time paradoxes. Hey, Nappa, tell Levi. Okay. Wait. We hear John's line. Okay.
I'm trying to keep up with that to Nappa. Hey, Nappa, tell Levi. Okay, and we hear John's line. Tell Levi, switch on. Yeah. Okay, so Nappa say, yeah, he's busy.
Yeah, he's busy.
And then you go, because you're on the phone at the same time trying to talk to Nappa.
How is this not a paradox? And where is the Blue Devil now? I will talk about your champion however I want, Corn. He's causing me stress migraine. He's causing my stress migraines to flare up like no tomorrow.
And while John is having this convo, Nappa tries the phone again.
Okay, don't hang.
Nope, not today, Nappa. Not my circus, not my problem. I cashed in my long overdue vacation.
Look, Corn, this is getting nowhere. I will call back later. Click. Well, Nappa, what did he say? He cashed in on his overdue vacation? He hasn't done that in 2 millennia. Last time was... Fuck. Oh, what now? Nappa, can you take that? John caller ID says it's Zinch. Of course. What, Zinch?
Well, excuse me.
Sorry. I'm just trying to track down Stitch.
I bless you, John.
I didn't sneeze. He is a champion of you know what? It doesn't matter.
Oh, Corn's champion. I tossed him out.
You what?
Yep, right into the random universe. Fun times.
Why would you toss him out into a random universe? We're trying to track him down.
Because, John, why not? he was already from another universe, and that he is a champion of corn. It's gonna be the best show, well, ever.
Did you plan all of this?
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Isn't that half the fun, John?
Of course. Beep. What? Zinch threw Stitch into a random universe because he thought it would be funny if a champion of corn, already from another universe, caused more chaos, I guess. Oh, Levi won't like that. Well, Levi should have freaking been here then. Are you mad because he isn't here, or mad he used his vacation time to not be here? Both.
And to everyone reading this script, because I do a lot of the editing, this script is written in a way for me. It's not written in a way for voice actors. So that's the reason why I have to rewrite the script, so that I take out all my editing notes, and then Chris is able to just do his parts all as one, and then the voice actors do their parts. But during the editing, the reason why we don't need to hear Korn's voice is because at the time that John is having his conversation with Korn, we're also switching over to Nappa to see Nappa's conversation. So all you do is, like, you see Nappa and you hear John's side, but you don't hear Korn. And that was done for two reasons. One, I couldn't find, and I didn't want to put too much voice acting in this for like so many different parts when it's just one voice actor doing pretty much everything. As talented as Popo is, some of these voices are already going to sound similar to each other. So I wanted the voices that we have to be different and sound different. And two, I wanted a different type of story to be told, because otherwise we're going to miss out on the Nappa calling Levi bits and Levi, leaning back. There isn't a good place to put that without effectively interrupting one of the conversations with John. The perfect one to interrupt is the Korn conversation.
Yeah. Next time you're going to write a script of that much Nappa, you need to clarify with me how much Nappa I'm doing, because Nappa hurts my throat.
Yeah. Or for the read version, yeah. There's a lot of Nappa in that. And there's another Nappa script that we still need to do too, where it's showing how smart Nappa is and stuff like that. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that.
So we had, I hate to say it, but we had an issue with Miss Frizzle and the Borg videos. I would love to have had, like, we could do more Miss Frizzle and Borg. That's not an issue. Our version of videos where Miss Frizzle wasn't in it had zero issues, zero negative feedback, zero toxic fandom in it. When we included Miss Frizzle as a character in there, unfortunately,
people were like, "Who is that?" No, no, no. Yeah.
And then they debated on whether or not, Miss Frizzle could do the things that they did, because there was insinuation. We didn't make the insinuation in our video particularly, but people and it was one platform that had the issue, and that's because the creator who played it, they did a wonderful job. They posted their side on their platform, and a bunch of toxic fandom happened. And a lot of those same people saw our version of the video and brought the arguments that weren't even present in our video into our video. And I was like, we can't do this again.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation. This is something I want to bring up to anyone that wants to be a creator. Okay. We've talked about how to take feedback, how to handle toxic fandom and stuff before. And on this channel, what we have decided to do is, for the most part, if we can't handle it amicably, we just turn off comments and we say we're done. We don't like to point people out, and if we do, it's done in a joking manner, like what I did with the flubber thing. In no way was I being mean to this person. I was joking with them. I was having fun with them. We were inviting discussion about Robin Williams and stuff. And the issue is, unfortunately, the creator who played Miss Frizzle, they rightfully got upset with where people had gotten angry. You know?
But turned around and said to us, your fans are doing this, 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 and that.
But it wasn't us.
And I had not even seen, I didn't even know that she posted a video. And then she got pissed off about that.
Yep. And it was one of those things where when Chris told me that they blamed our fans, I was like, this isn't on any of the other platforms.
No.
What are you talking about, our fans?
Yeah.
If it was our fans, it would have been on every platform, but it wasn't. And that's the sucky thing. That's why I left fandoms. Yeah. It wasn't Miss Frizzle.
No. Miss Frizzle doesn't have toxic fans. It was that creator did their own version of it, and their version kind of shat on Miss Frizzle a little bit. Like didn't it was not Frizzle accurate, and people just got upset about it, and then it turned into
Frizzle and then the Borg stuff. And then instead of going, and this is what we've talked about, instead of going and being like, hey, if I got something wrong, I got something wrong. I don't think I did. But I'm sorry if I did. Instead of handling it amicably, they did not handle it. And to be clear, me and Chris have both had those moments where we have wanted to say something nasty, where we have held back and reflected on it. And we're really glad that we did, because there are a couple different ways to handle things like that. There is handle it really poorly and then get backlash because of it. Handle it amicably as best as you can. And if people can't accept that, move forward. Or don't address it at all whatsoever. Just don't address it, right? Just let it out of your mouth. As of late, me and Chris just don't address it. If it's bad enough, we delete it. We shut it down. And when a perfect example of this is when I brought back the Ben 10, there was a stipulation that I made with Chris that I knew one video wasn't going to be a problem. It was the other one that was going to be a problem. And it's where Superman, quote unquote, wins, but done in a way. And I had figured it out. I had done it in a way that was accurate to both lores. And we still had like really negative comment. Now, it wasn't towards us this time, which was nice, but it was still negative fandom reactions. And it was just, and I was like, I don't care that it wasn't pointed at us. I cared at the fact that the rule was that if it happened, we were going to shut it down. And so Ben 10 is no longer on the channel because every Ben 10 video has toxic fandom comments in it. Or at least almost all of them. And as some of you guys know, one of my earliest Ben 10 fandom videos, I had to delete videos of death threats to me. So we just were like, nope, a year later and we still can't talk about it. That sucks. So that's the same thing with the Miss Frizzle thing. If we bring Miss Frizzle back, we got to do it in a way that's fun. And I don't know if we can find a voice actor, but I don't think I'll give people the creative freedom to be Miss Frizzle, sadly. They will. Yeah. It's because of what happened last time. We gave that creative freedom and it went to the shit. Mm-hmm. I'm not even going to pull it up, sweetie. It happened a long time ago. It is what it is. We move forward. I'll say this. No one deserves hate, to be honest. No. Like the creator that did the Miss Frizzle didn't deserve to have, and yes, that happened. The creator that did the Miss Frizzle stuff, while I may not have agreed with their version of Miss Frizzle, they had already been making Miss Frizzle videos. They had taken their Miss Frizzle and added things to Miss Frizzle. And we'd hinted at theories that Miss Frizzle might be a Time Lord or might be this or might be that, but we didn't say outright. And we did that same thing with in the Constantine video, or not the Constantine videos. What's her name? Mary Poppins. There is significant evidence and theories, and there's already videos on it that they're siblings. But the way we worded it, one of us disagreed. One of us said, yes, it's a thing. The other one, like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. We did it in that way that it could be a theory, right? It and Poppins. Yep. But at any point in time, we can go back and be like, okay, so apparently they're not related and not even sure they're the same species. Well, what happened? What was the mix? We can fix that at a later time if we want to, because of the way we wrote it. And that would be the same thing if we ever brought Miss Frizzle back. It'd be maybe they're a Time Lord or maybe this. We just write it in a way that it's either left open or we go, man, I think they might be a Time Lord.
Yeah. Jessica, thank you.
I agree with that. There's no disagreement there.
I'll tell you this. The hardest thing for me when I first became a content creator was something I've now come to expect is any video I make, I know that either I didn't go deep enough or I missed a detail or got something wrong. And I expect the corrections in the comments of, hey, you missed this or you forgot that or this guy doesn't work that way, etc. And when I first started out, I would just comment and I would be like, can't you just enjoy the video? But now I welcome it. I'm like, this is how hardcore fans show you they love you. They're not mad at you. They're saying this is good. It could be better if you have the detail right.
And then there's and we've gotten large enough that the comments will flood in before I ever get a time or Chris gets a time to like think about how we want to respond.
Yeah.
But there's videos I've done of really niche stuff, videos that John has done where they've done a niche thing. And people are like, oh, no, it's not like that. And someone would be like, yes, it is. This happened before this and this. These guys know what they're talking about. They're just doing a joke for the people who know this thing. And my videos are more known for that, to be honest. I do a lot of niche jokes, or like Kitty Pride is an example. When I was talking to number 5 from Umbrella Corps, I used a specific version. And that's what I'm talking about when I say, like, when people ask for a specific version of Lucifer or a specific version of Kitty Pride, people corrected me on Kitty's name. And I was like, no, I got it correct. Take a look at this. On when it was posted on my personal channels, my version, I had to be like, no, it's this. But before I got a chance to let people know, where they can find the information on the main channel, people already be like, no, it's this. He was right. It's from like the 80s version. Yeah. And that's really cool because you have people who know, and sometimes the joke is for that specific person. I have jokes that are like that, where I'll put them in there and no one really knows that it's a joke. It's just kind of part of the conversation. But then one person will be like, I know that. And I'm like, yes. That was for the hardcore fan that remembered that one episode that happened, that one thing that happened in that one episode, or the one OVA, or the one thing. So are we your minions? Absolutely. Especially the guys, the people who are in the live just constantly. Go, my minions, go. Yeah, there is a difference, CJ, of that. And that's actually the reason why I wrote the Warhammer thing. We had a conversation on our channel. It's available. I don't know if I don't think the thread's available anymore, or if it is, I don't know where the thread's at. Here it is. So this is really cool. When I said in Warhammer, brothers and sisters, we talked about it. There's a couple hardcore fans, and one of them's in the chat right now. We talked about how I was writing it. And that line changed from just heretics to xeno-heretics who soaked his fur with our fallen brothers and sisters. Now, the reason why I don't specify any further than brothers and sisters, and I leave it more open, is because in Warhammer 40K, women are not warriors, quote unquote. To a lot of people, there's a big controversy over it, and there used to be, though. The biggest thing is, and I went diving to find this, is that there used to be battle sisters, sisters of battles and sisters of silence and stuff like that. Yeah, and they're bringing them back a little bit, but people might latch onto that and yell at us. And I was like, okay, here's the thing. As I see it, this still leaves it vague enough that it could be the sisters who are mending to broken bones and stuff like that, which people are aware of. Or it could be Black Templar sisters of battle and stuff like that. And that's the one people, latch onto and have a problem with, and the part of the toxicity of it. And I was like, I'm putting my foot down. I'm leaving this in here because it's vague enough, but it still gives a little bit of representation. Yeah. And we are aware that we have to be careful of how we do some representation, especially if we're not part of that community. But we still want to have representation if we can have it.
Yep.
Used to be female space marines, but didn't sell. Sisters battles are around a lot. They are a bit religious. Okay, yeah. So that was my hard part writing that script.
I'm gonna have to call this in 5 minutes.
No, we don't have time to go over the Lex. Okay, quick question then. You've seen you saw the Lex skit, right? You want to go see it, watch it again? No?
Sure,
okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so we'll watch it again. I want to know, it would help if I actually present my screen. I knew what I was doing. I don't know what you're talking about. Lex, the room isn't covered. No matter how much you complain, Superman.
Yes,
the room is covered by the Superman.
I did see this earlier. Sorry.
I understand that Superman destroyed the room, but you didn't put the room on the insurance plan. Like, you don't put your high-powered secret weapons on there. You eat the cost when they get destroyed, and you can afford that. Then why did you hide a room full of wigs from the building plans? Okay, your image of bald is beautiful needs to just simply, you need to accept it. But no, why would you think I've got hair? I'm not John, okay? I know we look a little alike. You know how you can tell us apart? My luscious locks of... No, not going to say that line. Anyways, it's not covered, okay? No, I'm not going to... You have an entire room of what? Watches? You have got to be kidding me. Yeah, because you disclosed that. Of course that's covered. What was in the room of wigs that you couldn't disclose the room of wigs so that it would be covered underneath your insurance? You made a wig of kryptonite? That's... So that's the end right there. I like that take from start to finish. It's a really funny. It'd be really hard, if I'm going to be honest, it'd be really hard to redo that with that type of timing. And all of it sounds like I'm talking to somebody, whether I'm interrupting them, getting interrupted by them, or like even when I'm putting my hat back and I'm trying to listen to them and everything. I did a really good job. I'm really proud of that video. And I could do it again, but it would take several takes to probably get it as good or better. And that was done almost in one take. So my thing is that we can, I rock Chris's hairstyle. Here's the funny thing. The line I do about you should just accept the bald is beautiful thing is a dig at the fact that Lex Luthor in canon has had hair, has had not hair, has decided to say that he's had a wig, has decided, in canon, he's jumped back and forth with whether he has hair or not to the reporters and stuff, but only the people who read the comics will actually know that. So again, that's one of those, it's for the hardcore fans. And they'll probably drop in and like, hey, did you know Lex actually did this? And they'll be like, yes, I did, which is why I added the line. So we have a couple options here. We can do kind of like a I'll just mention you. You guys have a story of one of the kindest interactions. Yeah. One of the I technically have several. But I'm gonna tell you two. I do videos that are more drama oriented. Anytime I need honestly a pick-me-up, I'll go to one of those videos if they haven't already been found and commented on, and I'll read one of them where almost universally, like 99.99% of the people, sorry, I should have left it up, will say, thank you for making this video. I needed this video. This video found me today, and I really needed this because such and such happened to me today. And those are beautiful comments because it's like what I did helped them, and it's universal. Every comment is saying that. Okay. And then the second one was one of my first, I guess you could say, fans on my account. Definitely say a fan. I did a video, and honestly, it wasn't very good. But that person loved it and was like, why don't you have 1 million followers? And that blew me away, and it actually inspired me to keep making videos. Because when I saw the video and it didn't go anywhere, I got depressed. And then that comment happened, and I was like, I want to make another video. What about you, Chris? Can't hear you. There you go.
Okay. The comments from people that tell me, you have no, like you said, you have no idea how badly I needed this today. I've had a really rough day. I'm glad I saw this. I love, and whenever I see your content, it makes me happy. You make me smile, stuff like that, because I've been in that place. You know what I mean? I've been in that place, and I know how far a little bit of joy can get you when you're in that place. So
and
we were great to get that kind of feedback.
I was talking to Chris the other day and saying, I was like, stress has been eating me up a lot, right? And it's been, it's been affecting everyone across the board. But what we do matters. And I want to make videos because right now we need it. More than ever, we need comedy in the world because shit's just bad across the board. Doesn't matter what politics you're in or anything like that. The world is just massively going to shit right now, and we could all use a good laugh.
The thing is, Levi, I'm not saying my stance on this. I think you know my stance on this. Not everyone agrees with that. So you need to clarify that is your opinion. I struggle to understand how people don't agree with that, but there are people who don't agree with that. So,
and Chris is 100% right. That is my opinion. I believe that we need laughter in this world. Can we universally agree that just before anything else, we need laughter in the world? Can that be a thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So like here's one of the things that like when people, I've had a lot of people comment and be like, do a video about Biden, do a video about Trump, etc. Depending on their political point of view. And I just go, you know what? To this channel, this is a comedy channel. We have hard and fast rules that we don't do politics, we don't do religion, we don't do real people. As much as I want to make content at times that is blasting one side of the political aisle or the other. I think a lot of you know my opinions, but I'm not going to share them out loud like this. This channel, as long as the conversation in the comments stays apolitical, this channel is for anybody who wants to watch it. You start political arguments, political statements, etc., I will ban you so goddamn fast. But you keep your opinions to yourself and enjoy the content and enjoy spending time with the other fans of this content, regardless of who they support or what their political opinions are. I want you to watch it.
Exactly. I wanted to say something. Thank you, Nicholas, and I'm very happy that those videos help you out. They're made for two reasons. One, they're made so that I can get it out of my system, but they are most definitely also made to make sure that hopefully they reach somebody that's in the same spot or in the same situation that I am in, and hopefully it will help them.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that I've learned to be able to make them, and learning my where I can, when I cannot to make them. There's a specific word I'm looking for, but it's like keeps. We forgot to talk about the Lex. Can we do that?
You have officially overextended the Chris.
No. Wait, the Lex video, real quick.
We just watched the Lex video.
No, not watch it. Do we want that to be a standalone video and then build on it afterwards, or do we want to make it a longer video? That's all I need to know right now.
I don't know. I think it would work as is.
Okay. So what I'll do is I will make a quick note, and I will make that as is. And what we can do is maybe build on it afterwards. And if we build on it afterwards, we can decide how we might want to change it. So,
all right. Thank everybody. You can stay alive. Actually, no, you can't stay alive. I can leave the studio and you can stay live if you want, I think.
You could. Do you want to go upstairs? You want to call it a night? So what we'll do is we'll let Chris go, and I'm going to check to see how much fuel I have, because I don't have a whole lot of money for fuel to keep my house, to keep the garage warm. So we'll let Chris go. We'll take a look, and if I've got enough, I'll stay on for a little bit longer. But if it's running low, I'm going to kick it off so I have time to do another live stream or edit and stuff like that.
Okay. Night, everybody.
Night, Chris. Thank you so much. And you want to do the Acme day?
Have an Acme Day is a product of Villain. Having an Acme Day where my charge will do your crown. Have an Acme Day. I'm out of practice saying that.
Stream Elements getting it wrong. I updated that. Look at that. It has the old one, and then Labs has the new one. Whatever.
Bye.
Bye, Chris. Have a good night. Hi, everyone. I was gonna say something else for another comment. It didn't need to be on the video. Why was Chris was here? On this channel, on Villain Support channel, because I don't think we're live on my channel right now, are we? No, there's two YouTube. So we are live on mine as well, it looks like. So I have my own channel called Cosmic Member Solutions. While I don't do straight up political videos, I do political jokes. I do call out the crap that's going on in the real world sometimes. But those videos, even if they're in a similar style, or even like just an alternate video, like what I have of the Lex video, because I went on a tirade for the first take of the Lex video, and I was like, no, too political, and I called it out as it was. It was way too political of a video, and so I had to redo it. We redid the video, and streaming yours and this one, yeah. You can see both channels. That's good. Thank you. So if you do like that type of comedy, you can go check out my channel. There are some skits that are versions of videos that exist on this channel on Villain Support, but they have jokes that were cut or changed, and it changes the tone and feel of the video massively. And you can see the difference between like saying the political joke and the thing that we don't want to do on Villain Support, and the difference it comes out. And to be honest, in my own opinion, a lot of times the videos that I change for Villain Support wind up better. Part of that is because like I'm better at my timing by then. I know what I want to say. I'm just changing what I'm saying or how I'm saying something. Another part of that is sometimes the joke doesn't fit, and the only reason it was in there is because it popped in my head at the moment. So. And that's the biggest thing, is I have friends who have massive different political beliefs than me. And we will have conversation. We'll have political conversations and Discord underneath the concept of this is done in good fun. We're talking. I know that the person I'm talking to is a good person, and I would not be their friend if they weren't a good person overall. With what they believe. So when I hear that they get treated a certain way, I have two feelings. One, I'm angry for them initially. I'm like, dude, I know you. I know you're not like that. But the other side effect is, because we're on different, streams of the political sides and that kind of stuff. I look at it and go, I was like, I get where that person and why they said what they said, but they shouldn't have said that. That was not okay. You didn't deserve to be spoken to like that. And it's a matter of understanding both sides and then deciding on how you want to interact afterwards. Yeah, Nicholas, I have an entire playlist on my channel specifically. I don't have the playlist over here. And there was a video that I posted during the new hurricane that happened in North Carolina. Helene, I think it is. And it was a video that was 8 months old on my channel. I had posted that same video 8 months prior, and we posted it because I was like, I don't have any content. I'm going through a really tough time. That was around the time that I was like dealing with homelessness and trying to settle things, and I didn't have time to deal with stuff. And I was like, this is a good video. Posted it, and we got thank yous because the hurricane happened, and people who had dealt with the hurricane saw the video and were like, oh my God, I really needed this. And I was like, that was a good thing to post. Fundamentally good, politically twisted. Well, Joe, this is what I'll say. It is not up for me to decide what somebody's political affiliations are. That is their choice. I can not agree with it, and they can not agree with mine. And as long as we respect each other and the political differences, and understand that if one or the other's political affiliations causes harm to the other person, to at least be there during that time frame and be like, this shouldn't have happened to you. It sucks, but I'm here for you in some way. I think there's a bridge that's there. It's just a matter of doing that. Yeah, so I would love to do that. Chris would be the one that'd have to do that, Robert. Chris has so much more knowledge of mecha than I do. Like, I have enough knowledge of specific mechas, but if you wanted to talk to somebody who has watched like probably every and read things that are about mechs and stuff like that, you're talking to Chris. he absolutely loves that part of the fandom. And while I like it, I was never something I dived into even as a kid. I was like, that's cool, giant battling robots. What's next? I didn't hyperfixate on it. Chris hyperfixated on it. And I think that's the beauty of it, is that I have things I've hyperfixated on. He's had things that he's hyperfixated on. In certain aspects, Chris is a bigger nerd than me. And in other aspects, I'm a bigger nerd than he is. It just depends on the fandom and where we kind of went. So, like Supernatural, I've rewatched it several times. I could be like, oh, I think that's season 4. Oh, that's season 7. Oh, that's the last season. This happened. Oh, that's just a plot hole, period. We can use that. Less doomed, yeah. He's forgotten more than most people know. Yeah. You have a good one, Joe. I've heard, I remember, like, I know it, right? But I don't remember if I actually watched it or not. Armored Core, do you mean the game? Or, like, I think there was a show. I played the game, Armored Core, for a little bit. I didn't, like, get into it. I think I own it. I think I might own Armored Core, to be honest. I like model kits. I would love to build the models, but probably wouldn't. Like, there are a few anime or manga that I enjoy. I like the manga a little bit more because they don't, like, a lot of times they don't do like a ton of the mecha stuff. They focus on like the people, and the mechs are just secondary things that are existing in it. Dragon Ball versus Supernatural. That would be an interesting one if we just did no, Beerus, you can't kill them. Well, because the god of their universe said that they can't die yet. Maybe. If you wait long enough, I bet you could. I bet you could sneeze and cause them to back into. Oh, I almost said it too. How horrible would that be? Oh, that would be a good one. Hold on. Everyone's about, how many Supernatural fans do we have in here? You're gonna hate me. You're gonna. My own kid's a fan of me. Not me, but a fan of Supernatural, and they're gonna hate me. You can turn the heater off.
And then put a blasting cold fan on you.
No, don't put a blasting cold fan on me. So we're going to do a quick video because I've got an idea. Come on, flip around. 3, 2, 1. No, Beerus, there's... Okay, Beerus, you deal with so many... Okay, Beerus, you deal with so many humans that are of varying different sizes. Just telling me that a tall human and a slightly shorter human survived your Hakai doesn't mean a whole lot, to be honest. Okay, Goku could survive a punch from you, but... What do you mean you were serious? Like, you weren't serious when you fought Goku? Because, like, don't you feel like that's a disservice to Goku at that point if this other person who you were serious against went and... I'm sorry. Sam was the name that got yelled at, hollered at, right? Is the other guy named Dean? Okay. Are they in your universe or are you in theirs? And if you're in theirs, I've got additional questions. Okay, additional question. Why are you in theirs? If you wanted pie from the universe of Supernatural, you could have just asked me and we would have proceeded from there. I question how you heard about it, but I don't care right now. You can't take them out in their universe yet. That would be spoilers, but basically at a certain point, you'll be able to sneeze, and Dean will probably just be flown back into, I don't know. a nail sticking out of the wall and be done for. And then poor Sam will just stand there, dumbfounded and crying. Oh, yeah. There was a specific reason for that. I'm still not over it! Now, can we continue the conversation and figure out how we're going to get you pie and leave those two boys alone while they're still... Thank you. How much do you hate me? You didn't hear anything? You weren't paying attention? I talked about how Dean landed on a nail. I talked about Dean's death. No, how he was killed. My voice breaks from frustration. That's just because my voice broke from the yelling. Whoops. I don't know how long that video is, but it really wasn't necessary to be in. Why are you? What are you? Yeah. I got it. Yeah.
I heard that.
He's big enough that I have to latch my chair down.
Can you be a little bit?
Oh yeah, you are.
Can you be a little bit more quiet?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do another video like that. We're good. Go on. The fact that you could hear me though. Oh, I had the door open. It doesn't help matters any.
I have his headphones on.
Yeah.
I have my headphones on. Matt.
Damn. I got loud. That means Mama heard me.
They're still asleep.
Oh, you know what? They might. You're in the living room, right? Well, the living room is like partially right here, so that's why you could hear me.
Really?
No.
Could we just make an entrance from up here to the...
If I owned the house, yeah, you're dang straight. I would just put a pole right there. And I'd be like, wee, right into my office, and then I'd have like doors that are soundproof doors that I could just latch back into place.
No, I'll just keep it open like... Nope.
No. It would be so I can be loud without worrying about it, and I'd probably soundproof this better. But I'm renting, so I can't do that.
You're alone upstairs.
I know.
Mama is dead asleep. They don't count.
Real quick, Raven, go check how much fuel we have in that heater. Did you already pick that off?
No, I haven't eaten. Also, I have to get on the check right now.
Oh, just check how much we have in that one.
That's not.
Is the gauge full or not? So the thing is, like, we might be done for the day because it's already been 2 hours. Huh? Give it a shake. Not that. The fuel tank. Give the fuel tank a shake.
Daddy, do you think Max's head is small enough?
Ooh, yeah. Turn that off.
Daddy.
Go kick off that other fuel tank.
Can I
would
say
you?
something before?
Go ahead.
You see this right here?
Yeah.
What you should make is a helmet that has this. What's my fingers on? This for Max.
It would require some modeling, but it can technically be done.
Repeat one of those for Max. You already have
Everyone's saying hi to you, by the way.
Hello. You should with like the Batman mask with the Bloodsport mask.
Oh, this isn't the right one. I'm not wearing the ADHD and D shirt, but like, you know, it fits.
I don't know how to turn it off.
I'll take care of it.
It's warm.
Yeah, it's warm. Can you tell me like where there's a dial there? That would be awesome, but it's all good. The GoFundMe, for those who may not be aware, I'm closing the GoFundMe down on the 15th. There's no more direct links to it. I believe you can get a direct link. Like I can post one if you want me to. You guys want me to post a direct link, I can. We still need a little bit of help. We technically do, but it's also one of those things. I think it's time to close it out. There are like we are at the new house, and there's 2 bills that are hurting us right now, and I think it's just time. close
I
it
have a
out.
knife.
And we're just, it's not a knife. First of
That's a
all,
hair comb.
it's a hair comb. And don't say that on my live stream. Now go.
Okay, can I have it?
Yeah, I think I made it for you, didn't I? Yeah.
No?
Go on. By the way, they asked how your birthday was.
Oh.
Still owe you a cake.
Yeah.
Still owe him a Christmas cake. Or not Christmas cake, ice cream cake.
Oh, Christmas and birthday cake! Yay!
Oh, girl,
No.
please.
After we're done streaming, are you gonna come back upstairs?
Your kiddo as a younger you. Yeah. He's like, you should see some of my, yeah, he's pretty close there. But yeah, I can grab that link real quick and toss it in to the chat.
Go on, Tobias.
Till the 15th. On the 15th, then the GoFundMe is going to get closed out. 15th of February, by the way. Go. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm
Are
not
you
going
gonna
to tell
come
you again.
upstairs after you're done streaming?
Yes. I'm going to be done streaming here in a bit because it's going to get colder. You did turn that off. There's a little like metal
No,
off
I
switch.
turned it off. I don't
There's a
know why.
metal switch that's just like a tiny metal switch. You just press that and it goes thunk.
Wait. POV.
So on Facebook, the link did not post for some reason. If you're on Facebook, the link didn't post. Don't know why.
Not working.
I'll get to it here in a minute. It's already getting colder over here as it is. Now go upstairs, Tobias, so I can wrap this up. I'm going to count down if you're not upstairs. 5, 4. I'll take away your electronics. 3, 2. I heard the door, but I'm not 100% that he's actually upstairs. Yeah, but GoFundMe is going to be closed on the 15th of February. There's no more direct links. When I noticed that the links had either been broken or no longer there, I decided to, without talking to Chris, I decided to look at it and be like, you know what? I think it is time to close that out. We are officially moved. Things are tighter than what I care for, but we are trying to do what we can to take care of things. And at this point, there are other ways to donate, and I can open up a different GoFundMe if things get bad enough. I'll open up another GoFundMe, but for now, that GoFundMe has done the job it needed to do. The only reason for it now is so that, like, if you guys wanted to help immediately, you could. But on the 15th, everything else going forward will be like, okay, hey, I'm going to open up commissions, or hey, I'm going to do this, or hey, Cosmic Kitties. Cosmic Kitties is currently down right now. But well, hopefully it'll be back up here soon. Our printer isn't working, and without our printer working, it kind of makes things a little bit harder to produce, like the stickers and stuff like that we would normally produce.
Once I get my stamp, I'll be able to make prints in that pen.
Yeah.
Because like the pen was done and it looks cool.
So there are different ways that you can commission me directly. One of the things is just asking during a live stream or something like that, or going on to Discord. I'm not opening up my commissions right now. That's one of those things where when I open up my commissions, that's when I'll tell you, is like, go here, this is how much a commission is, then we'll talk. And Alternate has done a commission video before. There are rules for it, like, you know, how much it is per minute and stuff like that. So another thing I want to do is I want to get the 3D printer, the color 3D printer up and running, because I want to make clocks. I like clocks. And I've got the rights to make a bunch of clock faces in D&D style and Doctor Who and a bunch of other stuff. I think it'd be really cool to have some unique clocks floating around. They're a functional, cool looking print that people can show their fandom off on. And I think that would be really nice. Of course, I have the mugs and stuff like that too. I don't have a suggestion for a wood carver machine. What I would suggest, Ian, if you're doing it for yourself, you yourself need to decide how much you're willing to spend on your hobby. If you're doing it because you want to earn money, then what you need to decide is how much capital do you want to put into your business, and then double that, because I guarantee you it's not enough. So if you go, hey, I only want to spend $2,000, you're going to need $4,000. And the reason behind it is most people that start a business don't take into account how much capital they realistically need. And then their business doesn't succeed, or didn't last long enough to succeed. The only reason Cosmic Kitties, to be honest, was able to do what it was able to do was because I had a platform to be like, hey, you guys can buy this specific merch and stuff like that. And Cosmic Kitties was able to survive because of that. Outside of that, Cosmic Kitties did not make a whole lot of money unless I was promoting it. We made a couple sales here and there from people who had bought stuff from us prior. A couple people somehow saw a video or two of the TikTok one when it was being promoted over there and bought a thing or two there. But outside of that, most of the sales came when I did a video saying I was going to do this, or I did that. And that's how a lot of the sales. You guys kept Cosmic Kitties alive. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we got Max, the fatty. Max. Man. If you ever do a Power Rangers, I would get it. I think there might be a Power Rangers one. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look. I know there's a Star Wars one. And they're just vague enough. They're just vague enough that I can get away without having to worry about it. The more specific ones I would be concerned about. Yeah. But let's wind this down. There's a few woodworking channels that go over that. Yeah. I will say this. If you are doing it for your hobby, start out with a machine that's going to give you trouble. And that sounds weird, but there is a reason behind it. If you get a machine that's going to give you trouble, a lower end machine, which it will, and you learn how to take care of that machine, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to get angry. If you keep with it, though, this is the key thing. You keep with that hobby. When you get a better machine and it no longer breaks down, anytime it does, you're not nearly as frustrated. You go, oh, my other crappy, cheap one broke down. I know how to fix this. And you get a problem that you don't know how to fix. You now know how to troubleshoot to fix it. It's weird to say it, but get a crappy, cheap machine, crappy, cheap one, as long as it's safe, and use that. Because what you're going to do is you're going to learn what breaks, how it broke, how to fix it, how to troubleshoot it. And all those steps are going to help you when you get the better machine. I loved making those, and I don't know what the update is on them. The biggest problem I have with making them is because of how it was designed. There were some design flaws that caused an overabundance of filament to be used. There were things that, if they were designed differently, would lower the use of filament. Never went into fixing it. And I was like, I can't justify selling an $80 mug that I know, if it was designed better, would be $20 cheaper. Now, there's other mugs that I've seen that aren't as cool looking, mind you, but they're still pretty cool. I might go into there, or I might just commission, be like, hey, I like this mug. I want something similar to this, and I want to own the rights to it, and it's something I exclusively make. Because that's just not something I want to spend my time. Robert, no, I'm also still missing the other cat, the other small cat one, which bugs me because both of them were in the same spot and I don't know where they're at. Now, I'm worried about yours, Robert, more specifically, because yours was also in an envelope. to protect it. Jesus Christ, come here. Jesus. Well, fall. Yes, you no, go over there.
Yeah, come here.
What are you doing? Why are you backing up? I don't know.
It's because you're lazy.
No. I have to hide so you guys can see this. He is headbutting my hand.
Towards me.
You gonna grab him? Oh, shit. He backed away from you and headbutted my hand, and you stole him.
You'll steal him when he's dead asleep on me.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, so how's everyone? Those who don't know, what happened just now is that he was headbutting my hand. I turned because my kiddo was like, "Hey, show him towards me," and they grabbed him and yoinked him off of me. Yep. So if your hot end was overheating, like which part of it burnt through? Was it the circuit or was it where the hot end was? Because that would have been a circuit board issue due to an overflux of voltage. If you couldn't fix it with the thermostat, because that means your thermostat, if that didn't get changed out, there's like 4 things that would have caused that issue on the hot end. The hot end burnt the build plate? Because if that's the case, you have 2 issues that are taking place. Yep, you have 2 issues that took place. Your thermostat was probably malfunctioning because it should have registered that it was overheating. And then on top of that, you had an issue with probably software or your motherboard causing it, because once it registered, it should have registered. It really should have. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, yours is an envelope, Robert. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Robert. Calm down, please. We're not going to do that. Otherwise, that's a good way for me to. Yeah, here's this. Yours is in an envelope, Robert, and I don't know where that is, and that's the reason why I'm worried about it, because when we were throwing stuff away at the end of it, it was chaos, and I know I packed yours, but that doesn't mean I haven't gone through boxes and been like, this is missing. I could have swore we packed it, and it could be that it's still just missing somewhere that we haven't gotten to yet. But you have to understand, I moved like 10 plus years of stuff in a matter of months, and we still have been dealing with a bunch of other stuff that we haven't. Like, I'm one guy going through box by box periodically. I'm not going and sitting down and spending, day after day after day after day unboxing everything. We got what we needed. We're comfortable, and we are slowly getting other furniture that we no longer have. My primary concern isn't unboxing stuff that has nowhere to go currently. My primary concern is, what do we need to make our life more comfortable at this point in juncture? And what do we need, period? And not in that order. It's what do we need, period? And what do I need to make my life more comfortable? So, yeah, less than a month, actually. Yeah, 10 years in less than a month. So I'll be honest, Robert, I might never find your fan art during the time frame up to when I have to sign a new lease and figure things out, because that's another thing that's preventing me from doing stuff. But I'm pretty confident it got packed. Could have swore it did. Because this got packed with all of these, and there's a smaller version of a painting that I have that is another cat. You guys remember the other cat that was with this? It was a small one like this. That spot belongs right there. That's where that tiny cat is supposed to go. That's why that exists right there. It's going to go there. And then right here is going to be like a Zelda thing. And then, or right here, because that's kind of like the Triforce thing. The Zelda thing right there. But yeah, I don't know. Yep. I don't know where it's at. I don't know. It bugs me because I thought I packed both the fan arts together. And I did not find them together. If someone sends me AI art, I'm going to be disappointed.
I'll burn it.
That one might grab it and burn it. I don't want to do that because I know that I know people mean well most times, but my spouse will get angry at AI art. My kid's going to get angry at AI art. There is this one in particular that I'll protect you, Mr. Bubbles, is not AI. But there was AI art I was about to buy from Displate because it was part of the stuff, and I was like, wait, that looks weird. And I was on live when we discovered that, and I was like, no, I got really angry. I got very, very angry. I almost posted a video about it, and technically did post a video, but then I took it down and sent them a message, and come to find out, they are aware of the AI art. They are aware of it. Because artists are treated as individuals over there, if the AI art is of a copyright material and the person isn't paying to have that art, then they will remove it. But as long as the person can prove that they're paying for the licensing rights to turn that art and make a profit off of it, then they will not remove it, which apparently is what's happening. Yep, they just didn't care. And I was like, that's not the right way to go. And I looked at another company that makes similar metal artwork, and they don't use AI art, but a lot of it isn't. They don't have as big of a selection. A lot of it is you give them the art and they will print it and they'll send it back to you, which is nice because it means I can print whatever I want, but it also means that I'm not getting like stuff to the company or to the artist so much as I'm taking whatever I like and I'm paying somebody to print it out for me. So it's a little loophole that other company is using to not have to pay licensing for stuff. Yeah, I have issues with my hands and everything. Let me say this. AI as a tool, not as a replacement. I might pull up and create art with AI, but I don't try to make money off of it. I don't try to sell it. And a lot of times, I don't even use it a lot. It is a last-ditch effort, or I'm having trouble visualizing something, and I will use that to get closer and then go from there. I don't know. It's wrapped up in too many things. You have the environmental impact alone is an issue. But I think the biggest thing that artists are concerned about is it's devoid of life. It is taking their jobs. It is taking away from artists who produce art. So and that's the thing, alternate. That's the thing. You use it since it's fast and cheap. You know what else is cheap? Fiverr. And there's real artists who you pay them $5 and they'll produce you something, and they are getting massively underpaid. But the difference is the time frame, right? And you can't beat free. At the end of the day, you're not going to beat free. And that's what sucks, is that there are people who just need the practice and stuff like that.
I'm fine if you.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Daddy.
we'll totally give HR.
Practice things like anatomy and stuff.
Especially since they revoked that law. Huh?
If you're using AI to help practice anatomy and stuff, I get that, but there's also things like Pinterest.
Well, you shouldn't be using AI art to practice anatomy. First of all, you should be like there's a reason why AI, like, you don't use AI art to practice anatomy.
Because it sucks. I'm saying, like, there's, I'm also saying there's other tools like Pinterest.
Yeah, there's Pinterest and stuff like that. Yeah. Again, Robert, it's one of those things where I understand that it's an accessibility tool, fully and 100%. Right there. And Xenia, Slayer, I'm gonna say this: don't reduce your prices. You need to stand firm on your prices. You need to get paid for what you're worth. You're gonna get fewer customers. You're gonna get fewer sales. But at the end of the day, you'll be getting paid for what you're worth, and overall things will move forward. If you sell, here's an example. Let's use the memberships as an example. I was going to do a $1 membership on my channel because I know people can't always afford everything, but I get 70 cents to that dollar, and I'm doing extra work a lot of the times for those extra, even if it's just 1 or 2 videos here and there, I'm getting pennies on the dollar at that point. I was like, well, no, I can't do that because I'm getting 70 cents. At the end of the day, I'm going to barely get anything. I'm not, like, 500 people, still not enough to justify it. I need to be making at minimum $1 in profit, right? So I brought it up to the point to where I was making a little over $1 in profit. And if I get 500 memberships, that's $500 extra income. While it's not enough to pay all my bills, it is enough for me to go, hey, Chris, we can spend some money on animation or something like that, And that's what's important to me, is being able to put back into my art, and I need to make enough to just justify it. And so you gotta be like, why does it cost so much? It's handmade. Well, this can go, then go get that. The difference is that I make sure mine is handmade 100%. I can make jewelry. I can, but it's going to be plastic. And even if I make metal jewelry, there's a big difference between somebody who has sat there and fiddled with it with their hand and somebody who has pressed a button to print it on a printer. And it's the same thing with the 3D printing stuff. If I keep battling out with these people who have 600 printers and can run it because their electricity is cheaper than my electricity, and they throw down the prices, then I'm battling a price war that I don't want to be part of. So you have to decide what your price point is, how low you can go, but still get paid what you're worth and cover all your costs and make a profit on it. And you might get less sales, but again, 70 cents times 500 and $1 times 500 is much different. I would need more people to get the same effect versus the other way. Yeah. And that's the thing about creating communities like this, why they're so important, because we also put into each other's communities. You guys send me your art and stuff, and I put it up here. It's a way for you guys to promote your art too. You can be like, hey, go look at this video. You want to see some art? There it is. Like Sinopa, all their artwork that sits up here constantly that get questions about. People then go and they start questioning. It was like, hey, what is that? It's a good way to do it. Yeah, it's really cool. Costs so much because it takes me fucking yeah. If you're having trouble drawing, a thing that I would suggest, a thing that was suggested to me, and it's helped me try to get back into creating more and more again, is do something once a day, twice a week. Set a schedule that you can, boom, this is when I'm going to sit here. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if all you're sitting there is drawing circles and then something happens. 2-3 weeks down the line, you're drawing something that is much bigger, right? It's about doing it because eventually something is going to click. It does. Yeah, when 3D printers came out, and as they became more popular, people had those questions, and now people are like, it's a battle between crafters and 3D printers sometimes, like the 3D printed crap dragons and toys, and I was like, here's the thing, not all of us do that, and even so, we are sitting here in the same area, the same space as you. People will buy this, or they're going to buy the wooden one. You know how cool it is to see a wooden dragon in the same style as the 3D printed one, but it's like hand carved? Is it like 6 times the price? Fuck yeah. If I've got the money, I want the wooden one. Because it's so cool. But here's the thing. If I didn't have the money to buy it then, what makes you think I would have had the money to buy it if the 3D printed stuff wasn't available? I'm spending $5 instead of $300 because I don't have the $300. And if this $5 item didn't exist, it just means I'm not getting anything. So the argument that because 3D printing exists, they're not making as much money is bullshit. Because if this didn't exist, I'm still not buying this because I don't have it. It's too much. That doesn't mean when I do have the money, I won't buy it. And I've had times where I've gone back and be like, where's this item? Oh, it was already sold. And I was like, damn, I had the money to buy it now. How do I deal with chargebacks? Are you asking me, Ian? Because I don't deal with chargebacks. When you do a commission, when I do a commission for a video, there isn't a chargeback. There's not going to be one. Because the way I'm going to make you pay me and how long it takes me to send it out, I'm going to have proof that you are happy and satisfied. And when I get a chargeback, I'm going to fight that chargeback. Because I worked with a bank 2 weeks. Anything you make, say it's going to take 2 weeks. You take half the payment up front. Half the payment up front. They have 2 weeks to decide if they're going to do this or not. No matter what, you're going to, and I do commissions on live too. Yeah, I have done commissions on live where I'm just like, send the money through the live like that. Because I may not get as much, but it is more secure. But one, for 3D printing stuff, I've done commissions on. They pay me half up front. And then I'll have their item. And I do Venmo. Now, you can do a chargeback on Venmo, but Venmo will ask you why you're doing the chargeback. And you have to prove that the person didn't deliver, which is why I always do half a payment up front. Because it creates 2 different payments. They would have to do 2 different chargebacks. PayPal did a chargeback on half front, half later with almost 2-month period before I got the second payment and sent out the work. They refunded both. That's why I don't like PayPal. But at the same time, if you had proof of the fact that you sent it, this is the key thing. If you had proof that you sent it, you can send that to PayPal. And when you're running a business, if you have everything set up correctly, this is a big thing, is making sure your business is set up correctly. You can set it to where you won't get that money until the item has been sent. And you can do no refunds as well. So when you do commission work, it's a little bit more different. It's a little bit more difficult to set that up. But there are ways to fight the chargebacks. So it's a matter of making sure and leaving the money in there and then being prepared to battle the people who did that. So a lot of times people will do a chargeback and it's not through PayPal, it's through their bank. And then PayPal will turn around and do that. And then you have to talk to PayPal and be like, look, here's proof I sent this. Here is proof that they received it. Here's proof that they liked it. And then you go from there. And then you have to fight it. I don't take the money out until a certain amount of time has passed, just in case somebody tries to do a chargeback. Because if they do a chargeback and I've already sent the item out and I have insurance on all the stuff I send out. That's another thing, is insure everything that you send out for the maximum over amount that you do. And if you get a chargeback, you can go there and be like, hey, look, they apparently never received it, is what they're saying. Do you have proof that it was delivered to the address? You go to the post office and you ask for proof, or UPS or whatever it is. They hand you that proof. You then take that proof, if they won't give you the money, because sometimes they won't. Because sometimes they'll be like, well, no, we delivered it. It's there. You know. Do you want to file a claim? You know, you have to decide if filing a claim with USPS or filing a claim with UPS or whatever it is worth more of your time than fighting the bank. If the UPS or USPS will be like, hey, we'll give you your money. Here's your $100, blah, blah, blah. Take it. It's probably going to be easier or faster sometimes. Again, sometimes. But a lot of times, if they have proof that they delivered it, they dropped it off, they show it, they're not going to honor that. You know, get a sign notice. Yeah, get a sign notice. They got info wrong a few times. Yeah, so you got to be really careful with that. You really do. Don't use that shipper. It's that simple. If you are shipping something out and the person who is the company, you know, UPS, USPS, whatever it is, FedEx, a local place, whatever, it will not insure your product, go to somewhere else. Use someone else. It may cost you more, but it'll be worth it. Yeah, no, you're good. So good. Yeah, and there's still people who will. And one of the reasons why I don't want to deal with eBay, and I don't want to deal with what's that other platform? Not eBay, Etsy. I don't want to deal with eBay or Etsy as a business because chargebacks happen on those two a lot, like a lot. And I can avoid that by not using that platform. It also means that I don't get the same type of traffic, though. Yeah, but here's the thing. If there is not a signature on file, you can automatically be like, hey, you didn't have them sign for this, and I paid to have them sign for this. Oh, well, they weren't home, and you dropped it off? Well, yeah, then you owe me my insurance. I want my money. And you got your money back. Ko-Fi is really good. They have their own system. And the biggest thing is not taking the money out until a certain amount of time has passed. I'm really surprised that PayPal refunded you 2 months later, or refunded them 2 months later, because that's past the time frame. It's usually 30 days. Really weird that they accepted that, because that tells me they might have went to their bank, and then PayPal was going to get their money one way or another. Yep. Yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, Etsy has a ton of fees too. We use what's called Big Cartel for our thing. I've used Square before. I've never had a problem with it, but you're still going to have the same chargeback issues. You'll have chargeback issues no matter where you go. It's just a matter of how you deal with it, if you can prove that you had the stuff, all that kind of thing. So. So Venmo is backed by PayPal, but there's a little bit easier way to like prove that you've done stuff and shipped out and stuff like that. Thank you. Oh, sorry, bad timing. Thank you, Adrian. Sewers. Looks like for some reason I read that as sewers. Sewers, jewelry, and more on it, but it's usually paid to view mini silicone works. Yeah. Yeah, no, PayPal has had a ton of issues. Although I accept PayPal as a form of payment, we don't withdraw the money from PayPal for months. I think the first time we withdrew it, we wait until there's like $100 or more in it to withdraw, and then when we do, we make sure that the last order was received and marked. And then when we also, of course, upload that to PayPal manually, like, hey, here's the tracking information. It shows that it was received and everything like that. And then we will wait a few extra weeks afterwards as well to make sure that like we don't get a notice. And then we have a disclosure on the website that if you have a problem, you need to email us. Here is the email before you attempt to do anything. Otherwise, it will not be honored. And you'd be surprised when you take the precautions to like put disclosures on your websites and stuff like that, how quickly banks will turn around and be like, they didn't follow the proper procedures. Yoink, here's your money back. We haven't dealt with it. I have with eBay on my accounts and stuff. So I'm prepared to deal with this type of stuff. We had to deal with PayPal not giving or releasing the funds until we, gave them the information. But that is an unfortunate reality of any business, is that you're going to deal with chargebacks, and you have to figure out how do you want to best deal with that. Example of a disclosure. Is that what you mean? Yeah, you have to send me proof that the item did not arrive. Like, hey, was the package damaged upon arrival? Why didn't you tell me it was damaged? Let me see what the item looks like. Oh, I don't want to send a picture of the item. Well, if you can't send me what the item looks like, I can't approve of a refund, and I'm going to submit this information to my bank to prevent a chargeback. So you have to be proactive too. If a customer takes the time to email you to get their money back without sending you the product back, then they need to show you that the product is beyond repair. They need to show you that the product is damaged and move from there. Another reason why Chris and I use Fourth Wall and stuff like that is to just not deal with this stuff. The reason why the memberships are done the way they are, the reason why we don't have Twitch set up to do direct donations very much, is to avoid chargebacks, because we don't want to go in the negative balance. Still have had a few negative balances, but those are from like the t-shirt giveaways and stuff. Yep, and you could have definitely taken them for that. I had a computer case that I paid for that didn't show up to my door. Come to find out, after I'd already gotten a refund, that it showed up at my neighbor's door. And I called Amazon back and I was like, my neighbor got this apparently. I had already filed a police report. And so I had to call the police too. And police were just like, yeah, okay. And Amazon was like, well, we already gave you your money back. You could send the item back if you want to. And I was like, and it's an extra large item. Are you going to pay for shipping? And we're going to be like, no, we already refunded you. You'd have to pay for shipping. I'm like, are you going to charge me for the item? And they're like, no, we already wrote it off. You filed a police report. You know, do you want to arrest your neighbor? And I was like, no, it was a legitimate accident. They didn't know whose it was at the time. And so I was like, I got the computer case. It's not the one I'm using right now. It's like the last computer I had. But there's nothing that you can do about that other than do the steps that you need to do. And then be honest going forward and be like, hey, this showed up because of this. Also, if the neighbor hadn't taken it inside their house, despite the fact that my name was on it, probably wouldn't have been an issue. But whatever. And if any of those wyverns break after a year of use, I'm sorry. I can't guarantee it after that point. But hopefully it lasts longer than that. The Discord has that. The picks area. If you want to talk about other stuff, you can talk about other stuff. We're talking about the promotions thing because, to be perfectly honest, the only people who should be using the announcement channel isn't even me. It should be for villain support live streams, for villain support stuff, and there should be an area that is specific for people to promote their stuff. And I believe there's an area that does exist for that. I just don't know where it's at. The videos channel looks to be working properly. Yeah, the videos, etc. If you sign up to that one, that's actually working properly. Okay. But there should be another area. I think that's just Acme links. I don't think people are able to talk in there. You have fan art. You have pics, memes. So I think the fan art, is the fan art set to a slow chat? If it's not, just talk in the fan art area. Yeah. That's like what happened to the frame. Yeah. So Slayer sent me some frames and magnets, and I kept up to date with like my notifications with USPS because it was through the PO box, and we didn't get it. A week later, they showed up in the box, and I didn't get a notice that they were there. I was there checking other mail. And I'm like, why do I have 3 keys? What's going on here? And they showed up. One of them was like, they dropped it off and it was to a random person. I was like, I'm probably not getting that. So that's the thing. That's the only reason I hate the PO box right now. Because like we've had some wonky shit happen with it. Oops. I don't know. That's something to talk with the people that run the server. Like I technically run the server, but like I don't. There's admins and stuff that like handle the day-to-day stuff. Which is why I need to talk to Chris about the whole announcement thing and be like, there needs to be a channel that people that want to promote their stuff when they're live, whether it be Acme staff, crew, quotation marks. I have to do that. Or outside of that, have their own spot for that. The announcement channels, the stuff that is supposed to be specific to villain sport. We have more and more people joining the Discord, and it needs to be more and more specific because Otherwise, it's going to be what happened last time, where there was essentially a takeover because me and Chris aren't active in the Discord very much. But the Discord was supposed to be a place that we can promote our stuff, say hi periodically, and jump in. And yeah, absolutely it does. It does. Yeah, that one's a slow channel. There's a fan art one. I don't know if that's a slow. Yeah, they are. I think we have both of them attached. I just don't know what ones are due what right now. All right, so it has now been almost a 3-hour stream. I am tired. I am thirsty. I've already drank all my soda. Was the pizza ever put away? Was the pizza put away?
I don't think so.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
Sure. Wasn't letting me the hot dogs put away because I don't know what.
I put the hot dog away because Mama didn't want it right now. Right now.
Hot dogs put away.
Yeah. I'll have to go check the pizza. Hopefully the pizza isn't bad. But I do want to thank you all for joining in. I'm glad I was able to answer a few questions, help people with commissions and stuff like that. Also, if a chargeback happens I'm just going to say this outright. If you do a chargeback on a commission that I do for you for a video, I will call you out. I will call you out with proof. Just laying it out there. Me and Chris are not going to do a video and then get a chargeback. Provide you that video, and then you go, no, I want that money back. And I was like, no, if you have a problem with the product you receive, regardless if it's digital or physical, you let us know. Otherwise, I will call you out. Outside of that, y'all have a lovely day. Have an Acme day. Have an Acme day as product development. Have an Acme day where we retroactively build to your account. Have an Acme day. Bye. Oh, wait. Now I can do it.